see. Okay. I think we are live. So good evening, everybody, and welcome to our live stream discussion with Professor Thomas Seyfried. We're very, very honored to be talking to Dr. Seyfried tonight and have him attending our conference in a few weeks' time. And I'm just going to set up a little bit of an introduction to the discussion tonight. It's actually a little bit of a look ahead to our conference in a few weeks' time. And we're doing this with a number of the different speakers that are coming along to our conference. And obviously, Professor Seyfried is one of them. And so we're going to be asking him about what he's looking forward to about the conference and coming to London. And before we get into that and to introducing our very prestigious guest, I'll just tell you a little bit about the public health collaboration and a bit of the background into us. We are a charity that is UK based, and we exist purely to try and inspire and educate the practitioners about metabolic health and the importance of metabolic health. You may know our chair, David Unwin. He's the chair of our scientific advisory committee. I myself am a trustee of the charity. And our vision is very much for everybody to enjoy good metabolic health. And we have various different ways of achieving that are underway at the moment. If you check out our website, we have a lot of free resources for people to understand for example, the sugar content in different foods that they can use to educate themselves and their families. And we have lots of free content on YouTube on our public health collaboration channel. We also have specific programs that we run. So we have a food addiction program that helps people rid themselves of being addicted to processed foods, a program to help people reverse and improve their type 2 diabetes, and also a program to educate young children in schools about how to eat real food and the dangers of processed foods. So there's a lot that we're doing in this space, and our vision, as I said, is very much to move ourselves towards a direction of much better metabolic health than where we are today. So by far our biggest event of the year is our annual conference, which is coming up on the 31st of May and the 1st of June, and in London, in Euston. And we have a great lineup this year, which we'll be talking a bit more about. But as I mentioned, Professor Seyfried will be joining us in just a few weeks for that conference. And so we're really looking forward to welcoming him to London. So welcome, Dr. Seyfried. Thank you for being here tonight.
Well, thank you very much, Olivia. It's a real pleasure to have this opportunity to speak live to you and the others that are listening from your conference.
Thank you. Thanks for joining us. Before we get going on some of the questions, I wondered if you could just do a little bit of an introduction to yourself in case anyone isn't familiar with your background or your work, and therefore can just get a bit of an idea what you're doing on the leading edge of the research you're involved in.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Yeah, I'm Thomas Seyfried, professor of biology here at Boston College in Chestnut Hill, Massachusetts, which is within close to the city limits of Boston. I teach general biology to the non-majors, and I have a specialty class that I teach cancer metabolism. So, and we have a very active research program supported predominantly by private foundation donations and philanthropy. And that keeps us going as we begin to uncover mechanisms by which low carbohydrate diets, ketogenic diets, metabolic therapies all work together to manage cancer and other chronic diseases.
Might have some technical issues with Professor Seyfried.
Could you hear me on that one?
Okay, we'll be back in just a minute, guys. You cut out there for a minute, so if you could just repeat the last few seconds, I guess.
Okay, well, I hope you got the first part. But yeah, so we're as I said, we're working to uncover mechanisms of action by which low-carb keto diets and metabolic therapy work to manage cancer and other chronic diseases.
Excellent. And how long have you been doing that? Can I ask, Professor Seyfried?
Too long. I lost you. I don't see you anymore. So I don't know if you can hear me, but I've been doing this for about 40 years now, maybe longer. What happened? I think our live stream just got disrupted. What happened to Olivia? Not. Oh man, maybe I have to run it again. Uh-oh. Oh boy. Live. Oh, here it comes. Olivia, what happened?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, but I can no longer see you. Oh, there you are. Whoa, you're back.
Okay.
What happened? Where did you go? Where did you go?
Hopefully, it won't happen again. So thanks for bearing with us, everybody. But I think you gave a great introduction there to your work in Boston College. So that'll be great. Thank you for familiarizing everybody with your background. And then in terms of the conference coming up, you're going to be giving a talk about the metabolic theory of cancer. Is there anything, without telling us all of the juicy information that you're going to share with us, is there anything that you would like to share now to just give people a bit of a preview about some of the information you'll be sharing and get everybody excited about it?
Yes, well, thank you. I'll provide evidence to show that cancer is predominantly a mitochondrial metabolic disorder based largely on the concepts of Otto Warburg from the last century. We have cleared up much of the misunderstanding and misconceptions about the origin of cancer, and now we can move forward with therapeutic strategies that are effective, powerfully effective, with minimal toxicity. And once you understand the mechanism by which cancer cells grow, you know what they're dependent on for their survival, and then you can kill them without toxicity. And I think once people know how to do this and the evidence to support this, we will begin to significantly drop the death and suffering from cancer.
That's a very powerful statement in itself. And I think for many of us who have been involved in this space for a while, we have known that there is this possibility and would have probably hoped to have seen more progression by this point. And I just wondered if you had any views on is there a turning point that you think is coming along that is going to really help it take off? And if not, what is the kind of critical to success milestones that we need in place to actually see see change?
Yeah, well, the change is coming. The paradigm shift has arrived. It's just that a lot of folks are unaware of the issues, and I think the more people understand the origin of cancer and how to manage it, and you begin to see people alive, walking around healthy, who should have been dead years ago, you'll come to know rather quickly what we need to do to manage cancer. So why has it taken almost 100 years for the field to understand this? Why did we go down the wrong paths for all these decades? Why do we have thousands and thousands of people dying and suffering from cancer when this does not have to happen. We have now the path. We have published many papers clearly showing how we can manage cancer effectively, far better than what is being done today. Not to say that we no longer use some of the standard therapies, but we need to know how to use them and when to use them to improve the overall survival and quality of life of people with cancer. Oh, that didn't come through again. I'll have to wait here. Olivia. Oh, here we go.
Here I am again.
Yes, you broke. You disappeared.
Terrible connection. But anyway, we'll keep going. But that's a really great summary, I think, as to looking forward and what hopefully is going to start to shift. And do you find that you are getting more interest in your work? Are you finding more people contacting you than before? Are you seeing that kind of change already happening?
Yes, I do see a change. It's slowly happening. More and more people are beginning to see evidence for this. A lot of it comes from societies like yours, where they begin to discuss these kinds of new initiatives and evidence to support what I'm saying. So, the bottom line here is people want to live, and they want to keep their hair, and they don't want to be surgically mutilated. I think most people would agree upon that. And the current system is, I would call it medieval in the way they're treating cancer patients. And there's an altogether new way of doing this. And people want to know about this. And I will be telling them about this. So this will be information that perhaps they were not aware of.
Yeah, that's a great, very clear way of putting it. And I think if anyone watching knows anyone who's been affected by cancer, I'm sure nearly everybody does.
It's breaking up. The connection is not good. Uh-oh. I got two Olivias.
Let me just...
You have cloned yourself.
Well, one of us has to be here, so hopefully that will work. Let me just get rid of one of those. So, okay. As I was saying, you put it very clearly, and it would be great if people listening to this could actually spread the word about the conference and what Professor Seyfried has to say, which is some really groundbreaking information that he can share based on his research about the direction of cancer. This type of thing can take a long time to cut through into the mainstream. And if you know someone who's dealing with the disease now, it may be worth them understanding this information now and then deciding how to proceed along with the healthcare practitioner. So please do share this information, share that Thomas Seyfried is coming, and try and get along anyone that might be able to benefit. So I think we are again struggling with some connection issues. I've seen some comments coming through. I can't believe how many people are saying sugar is not a problem. That's absolutely right. We're all very much hoping that people understand that soon. And thanks to those that are helping Thomas Seyfried stay live when I'm falling off. So hopefully he'll be back in a minute. I'm not sure if anyone else can see him or not.
I can see you, Olivia.
And
I can see you.
I was next going to come on to the next question for him, but as he has disappeared. If anyone on the chat can tell me whether or not they can actually hear Dr. Seyfried, then we can, and myself actually, that would be useful. Then we can decide how to proceed.
Oh, Olivia, can you hear me? I saw you, now you disappeared. Okay. Oh.
There he is. I think that was you this time.
I don't know. I'm just sitting here. All of a sudden I see you, you disappear. I see myself, but I don't know what's going on.
Okay, everyone says they can see both of us, so I think it's just you and me. Each other.
All right.
But the next question was going to be, have you had a chance to look at our lineup? Is there anything you're particularly interested in hearing?
Well,
yeah,
the lineup looks good. I mean, I know Matt Phillips has some very important work. Isabella Cooper does. Anthony Chaffee does. So I'm looking forward to hearing what these folks also have to say.
That's right. And for anyone who hasn't looked at our lineup yet, we're also, apart from covering the very important segment on cancer, we're also looking at the GLP-1s and the effectiveness of these weight loss drugs that everyone is very much hearing about these days. We're looking at food addiction and how we can make sure people know that that's an option for them to address naturally. We are going to be welcoming other guests like Dr. Eric Westman to talk about the weight loss aspects. We have a segment on Alzheimer's with Patrick Holford. We're talking about seed oils with Chris Kenobi, who is actually chairing the committee in the USA on seed oils. And we're also going to be covering the future of health on our second day, which will be an interesting overall look at how we are proceeding in this kind of progression towards metabolic health and how we need to be better at that. So hopefully that is a lineup that is hitting the interests of people in the space. But please do come along if you haven't decided whether to or as yet, and bring people with you. And also, if you aren't able to come along, please consider live streaming in. As a charity, we have a reliance on our grassroots support to really help us move this whole movement forward. And we're reliant on people coming to our conference to help us do that. So if you can help, even by just live streaming in, that really does make a ahead with our connection tonight. But I just want to ask you, if there's anything else you'd like to say about your impending trip and what you're looking forward to before we close.
Well, thank you again. I'm really looking forward to this. I think you prepared an outstanding series of presentations that should be of great interest to a broad range of people who are attempting to improve their health. So I think this will be highly beneficial for anyone, regardless of gender, age, cultural background, or whatever. I think this information is broadly important to a range of folks. So I'm looking forward to it.
And hopefully we're going to have some nice springtime weather for you, but it is the UK, so please bring your umbrella and we'll keep our fingers crossed. So we are so excited about a few weeks' time and going through that that agenda that we just talked about, and so looking forward to welcome you here in London. And just the final note is to say, if anybody else would like to support us, we are on Instagram and on X and on Facebook.
Wow.
Prince. And we really could do with and appreciate the support that we get through social media as well. So that's all for us tonight. I'm sorry about the connection issues. We did actually test this. I don't know. I've been testing it for a little while, so I don't know quite why it's been such a bad connection, but hopefully everyone has still got some value out of it. And we look forward to seeing you in a few weeks' time in London, and really looking forward to meeting you, Professor Seyfried.
Oh, thank you very much. It's a real pleasure.
Okay, thanks everybody, and see you in London.
Okay, bye.
Bye.